In our first How to Build an Influential Brand Online video, we talked about the basics of personal branding and why it matters to modern athletes. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of creating an influential brand online, especially on social media. Hey guys, welcome to Creatitive, where we help athletes, sports marketers, and those athletic business owners learn how to build legacy brands beyond the game. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today, we'll be discussing how to build an influential brand online through social media. We'd love for you to tackle that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give us a like. It really helps out the channel so you don't miss out on anything in the future. Now that we've covered the basis of personal branding, let's talk about the process of building one online, especially on platforms like social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. There's so many. Thanks to the internet and the ever-growing presence of technology around us, there are hundreds of platforms that athletes and companies can use to build their brands. But one of the most common networks used by most of the population are social media channels. Before we dive in to why social media matters in branding, let's first explore it. Social media networks are websites or applications focused on communication and community-based content sharing. These are the platforms that most people use to talk to their families, share photos, and consume content. Research has revealed that the number of Americans that use social media on a daily basis has risen by 72% from the small number of 5% back in 2005. And a large majority of these users are sports fans. Marketing charts have revealed that sports fans across the globe are showcasing strong social media engagement, meaning fans are constantly online liking, commenting, and watching their favorite athletes, teams, and leagues. Just based on these data points alone, we can make the conclusion that social media matters to the success of the sports marketing industry as a whole. Everyone who wants to do well should have some sort of existing presence online. And those who are already online need to learn how to turn the engagement they're receiving online into something more productive, like sales, influence, etc. Social media is one of the leading sets of platforms to use when building your brand. It's accessible, provides creators like yourself the ability to create content in different formats, and well, almost everyone is on there. Not using these platforms would be a big mistake, especially if you're still growing your brand, and not learning how to use them right is an even bigger mistake for people like you. So, to help you out, we've listed down some tips on how you can leverage your personal brand on social media properly. We'll talk about some of the things that you need to avoid and the things that you need to remember when developing your campaign. You want to build some sort of structure first, and that usually starts with some sort of brand guidelines or foundation. Some brands tend to forget who they're supposed to be online because of how overwhelming platforms can be sometimes. Now, these mistakes are more common than we think. Because of how competitive the market is, it's easy to lose sight of what's important. That's why some marketers believe that it's important for brands to have a guideline of sorts that they can follow as they continue to build their brand. Your brand's guidelines are basically a simple rule book for brands to follow. It often includes instructions on how to use your logo, the different variations of your brand, color schemes, brand language, and even messaging on how to speak to your audience. Guidelines basically tell you how you can create an identity for your brand online and keep you and your team in check for the duration of the campaign. It acts as your main guide on how to use these platforms properly and helps when you start building a team out to stay consistent. As we've mentioned in our first video, influential brands are created on a solid foundation, and brand guidelines ensure that you keep your foundation strong as you continue developing your success. Take some time to identify your content. Because of rising trends and changing consumer behaviors, some brands find it difficult to find one format of content to actually follow. Some days, reels, video, shorts may do well, and sometimes they fall through. The thing is, regardless of these external factors, it's still critical for a personal brand to have a specific area or content of expertise. If you're still unsure of what kind of content to focus on, you can always consult your fan base. Check and see what kind of content they like the most. If they enjoy informative blogs, then you need to prepare yourself to write articles about diet, training, your story, etc. But if they prefer lifestyle videos more, then you can try out vlogging. Take some time to get to know them, the kinds of things they like and value, then draw inspiration from there. Some brands even go as far as creating some fan profiles during brand discovery that include important data from their fan base. These are workshops meant to build information like their demographics, psychographics, and possibly some purchasing behaviors that help brands like yourself connect with them better. So instead of blindly following trends that come and go, your personal brand should work on mastering one format of content, something that your fan base would generally like and enjoy. Optimize your platforms. Yes, websites aren't the only thing that personal brands optimize. Even your social media accounts can be optimized and SEO ready by updating all of the important details about yourself. Hashtags aren't as beneficial as they used to be and are slowly starting to introduce normal SEO tactics as a search engine. Keep that in mind, that these platforms will be your fan base's main source of information for your brand. While it's true that the search engines like Disqus, like Google or Bing, are modern sports fans' go-to for crucial information like game schedules and other similar details, there's still a large chunk of fans who use social media to get to know their favorite teams or athletes. It also helps if your personal brand social media accounts are verified. By doing so, you can ensure your fan base that they're getting accurate information and are actually interacting with you. Now, the way you would verify your accounts varies from one platform to another. The instructions that Facebook uses to verify their accounts may vary from those of Instagram, though owned by the same company. So to ensure that all of your existing social media accounts and other platforms online are verified, it's important that you personally look into the processes that they provide. A verified account will help your fans and even Google find you. Once this is established, your verified account will be the first thing that will appear on the SERPs under your name and or your business name. Plan a schedule. When you're building your personal brand online, it's important that you come up with a schedule that helps you stay consistent with your posting. Now, how you plan your content calendar depends on a handful of things like your existing fan base and their online activities. There are optimal times for posting, and though there are articles online that would tell you that Thursdays are the best days for posting, all of this data is only for the general population. Personal brands who are new to social media can use these schedules to start their campaigns. But as they continue to grow followers, they will have to tweak this schedule once they get a better idea of their fan base's online activities. If you've already kind of gone through and created some fan profiles, you should include details of how often your fan base goes online, the kind of content they like, and where they spend most of their time. By doing so, you'll have a better idea of how you can create your own content calendar. Now, part of that grit mindset, I want you to start practicing consistency. Athletes, even influencers themselves, create great relationships with their followers thanks to consistency. When users see that a brand continuously provides them with information and great content that they enjoy, the more loyal they become to you. And a time will come when your brand will be able to turn that loyalty into something more productive, like sales. See, modern sports fans love to support people that care about them and that offer value to them. When you've created a reputation as a brand that offers great value to its followers, it won't be difficult for you to convince your fan base to become customers down the road. The road to success in the sporting industry is long and hard. It's filled with changing trends and harsh competition. But when players start the right way, they become strong enough to survive the storm. Just keep building that wisdom. Creatitive believes that a good and solid foundation is the first step to greatness. Once this is achieved, the rest will follow. Your brand will be prepared for any kind of challenge it will face in the future. If you want to learn more about the right ways of building an influential brand, make sure to check out the rest of our channel on branding. We hope you guys loved today's video, and if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can change the game, don't forget to subscribe, tackle that notification bell, and give us a like. It really helps out the channel. Now again, this is Zach with Creatitive, where business is our sport.